Hey guys, it's Lauren. Right off the bat, here are all of my socials and you should go follow them if you don't already. So by the time you lovely people are watching this video, I will be in the Sunshine State, Florida, taking a little vacation, but that does not mean the YouTube grind has to stop, so I'm here. For today's video, I'm going to be using the tier ranking list to rank all my present and past fandoms. Spoiler alert, there have been a lot. I have lived many lives, and today I'm just excited to go down memory lane. Alright, enough said, let's get into the video. Okay, so here's the list we have going with the categories. At the very bottom, we have erase this from my memory. If you knew me back then, no you didn't. Then we have the second category, low-key a fake fan. I can't be a die-hard fan of absolutely everything. So were there times where I was making a fan account, like, just to say I was a fan? Yeah. Next, we have cringe but cute for its time. Hindsight is 2020. Looking back on all these fan pages, I'm like, why was I like that? But I'm sure I was having fun in the moment at the time. Next, we have solid fan account, normal obsession, and just take note that my definition of like normal obsession is still pretty deeply obsessed. I just wanted to separate normally obsessed from our top level ranking, which is unhealthily obsessed and dedicated, because there were a few that really got me going for a couple years. All right, let's start our rankings. So we'll start with erase this from my memory, and I indeed did have two separate fan accounts on Instagram for the colors blue and purple. Let that sink in with you for a second. I'll give you some time.
Fan accounts for colors.
Colors, and you might be thinking, Lauren, that's ridiculous, you're lying. I'm always gonna come in with the receipts. We had blue, and then we also had purple. Yeah, if you're confused, which you should be, I guess I was trying to get a ton of followers and give the accounts away at like 20K. That obviously never happened because who is following a fan account for a color? I don't know why I did that, so I'm gonna have my life in blue erased from memory and my life in purple. And now that I've mentioned both of these accounts that are still up on Instagram in this YouTube video, of course they will never be erased from my memory, but that's okay. Okay, I just wanted to start the video out explaining some of that and putting them in their rightful place. But now I'm just gonna go based on the fandom rather than the category. All right, so next we have Dance Moms. Now, I recently uploaded a Dance Moms undercover video, so y'all know my history with Dance Moms. It was basically one of the first fandoms I was ever in on Instagram. I had an account for probably 3 to 4 years. I think the most amount of followers I ever got was like 6 or 7K. But like I mentioned in my other video, I have met the entire original cast. I still cannot find these photos. And for people asking who the nicest people were, undoubtedly Mia and Holly. Me and my cousins spoke to them for like over 20 minutes. So great memories. All things considered, the amount of time I had the account, the amount of money I dropped on meet and greets, this one is definitely going in unhealthily obsessed and dedicated. Okay, next we have Ice Spice. This is like my current obsession, y'all know. Yeah, I don't really do the whole like fandom stan culture thing anymore, but when it comes to Ice Spice, that doesn't count. She is my girl. For added context, I am an OG Ice Spice stan. I've been a fan since literally Munch dropped, which was August 2022. Yeah, this woman genuinely, she means so much to me. Like, she said in interviews, like, the purpose of her music is to just like make people feel good, feel confident, have fun before they get ready, like just really feel like a baddie. And that's literally what it does for me. Like, I know people can make her out to be a meme. Y'all are lame for that, but she's genuinely such a talented artist and so humble, so gracious. She wouldn't go into the solid fan account normal obsession category. I feel like I'm a little bit more obsessed than that, but I've only been a fan for a year, so can I really say I'm already unhealthily obsessed and dedicated? You know what? I think I can, yeah. She's going in that category. Okay, next we have Percy Jackson, and I remember I was first introduced to the books in 6th grade, middle school. If you weren't required to read The Lightning Thief for ELA, then I feel bad for you. It was a banger. I finished the Lightning Thief series, like, I think that was 5 or 6 books in the original series. I read like 2 or 3 books from the Heroes of Olympus series, but I never finished it. So for that reason, this is gonna have to go in low-key a fake fan, but low-key because trust, I was reading Percabeth fanfiction. I was calling myself a half-blood, and I still plan to name my first daughter Persephone. All right, now we have Monster High. Oh my god. So this is actually officially the first fandom I was ever in. It was like before Dance Moms. I had a YouTube page where I posted like Monster High doll reviews and skits. I was probably like 8 years old.
Ugh, I'm so bored. I want a milkshake. Abby want frozen ice. Well, isn't it Dork 1 and Dork 2? Oh, stop, Nephra. I beat you in one hit.
But yeah, this one is so easy. I'm gonna just put it in unhealthily obsessed and dedicated right now because I own to this day over 100 Monster High dolls. Like, I had my mom cross state lines to get me a doll. I would play hooky and stay home from school just to go doll shopping with my mom. Like, one time I got to stay home and go doll shopping because I had a cold sore on my lip, and then the other time because I had like a rash on my legs. I still made it to the Ivy League though, so don't knock it till you try it. All right, next we have Criminal Minds. Okay, so I was a big Criminal Minds person, like, I think it was 2020 and 2021, like that whole quarantine era. I do have an entire cutout of Matthew Gray Gubler and multiple pieces of Criminal Minds merch.
Yeah.
Hello, Lauren. Hi.
Thank you.
And I have edited it a couple of times, but I think it's gonna have to go in solid fan account normal obsession category. It goes in this category, I think, just because of like the length of how long I was obsessed with it. There are certain things I've been obsessed with for like actual years, and like I don't even stop being obsessed. Like, I still watch Dance Moms to this day. Would I rewatch Criminal Minds now? Definitely, for the nostalgia, but it's not something I'm still actively obsessed with, and I feel like I kind of got over it pretty quickly relative to my other obsessions. Now we have Riverdale. Do I need to say any words for this one? Like, I've been to 2 RiverCons. I edited nothing but Riverdale for like 3 years straight. Let's think of more. I was on Riverdale Stan Twitter as well. I memorized all the episode names and timestamps for every single cute Bughead moment up until season 3. Think about that. Think about how many moments I must have memorized in my mind. It's a lot. I've definitely dropped so much money on Riverdale merch. The Funko Pops, literally 80% of them are Riverdale. It should have its own category. Hold on. Riverdale. It gets its own category. Okay, next we have Shameless. I believe in 2017 I had a fan account more specifically for Carl and Ethan Kokoski from Shameless, but I also edited like Shameless scenes and stuff like that. Now this one I'm gonna put in the same category as Criminal Minds. Solid fan account, normal obsession, kind of for the same reasons. Like, when I was into it, I was really into it, and it was the only thing I watched for a couple of months. But I had that fan account really for only like 4 or 5 months, and then the obsession kind of died down. Like, I think the last season I watched was like season 7, so I didn't even finish the show. Kind of low-key makes me a fake fan, but I do think it goes in this category because I had a lot of posts on that account and I made a lot of edits. Okay, now we have One Direction. I've been a One Direction fan since like 2012, but like I was still so young during this time, so it wasn't really like a fan account. Like, I just looked up One Direction on Google, and then I saved like the lowest quality photo of all the boys you could find and posted it like,
Hey, first post, please follow me, Harry.
so like for that reason, I'm gonna put it in the cringe but cute for its time category. Next we have Money Heist. I've edited it a couple of times, and I also was really into this during the whole quarantine era, but this one is going in the low-key a fake fan category because I unfortunately never finished the show. Listen, I meant to watch it, but I was at college and I wanted to wait to watch with my parents, and then they just watched it without me. Like,
I would have never done this to you. I would have never done this to you.
okay. Next we have Jade Thirlwall from Little Mix. Like, not even the whole Little Mix, just her. Now this one is a very easy one. I was high-key a fake fan, actually. I wasn't even that into Little Mix. I think I just like started listening to some of their music because of their affiliation with One Direction, kind of like the girl group equivalent. And I remember just watching one of their music videos one day, and I saw Jade and I was like, oh, she's really pretty.
I should make a fan account of her.
I didn't even know her last name before I looked it up to film this video, so if that says anything. All right, now we have Degrassi. I'm gonna put this one under solid fan account, normal obsession. I didn't have an individual fan account for it, but I've edited it a couple of times. But like my entire senior year and senior summer, I would sit down to watch Degrassi from like noon to like 3 a.m. Like, there are a lot of Degrassi episodes, a lot of Degrassi generations. So thinking about how much time I spent just watching and rewatching Degrassi, like, it was most definitely an obsession. It was something I was just like super obsessed with, more so within like my personal life and my in real life friends. I'm definitely not back like 4 days later or anything. That would be crazy. Let's proceed, shall we? All right, next up we have Girl Meets World. This was actually my formal introduction to Stan Twitter, and watching it at the time, I really thought it was so deep and profound. Remember what their teacher would always say, people change people?
Now, I've tried to teach you guys that the secret of life is people change people. Well, today we're gonna get more specific.
I heard that and I was like, oh my God, people do change people.
What's the secret of life?
What us does for them.
Kindness.
The actual fandom experience, however, being on Stan Twitter, traumatizing is all I will say. If you bullied me back then, I actually want to thank you for, you know, building my character. I kind of needed that. So, you know what? I'm gonna say unhealthily obsessed and dedicated, because any account that I've had on Stan Twitter, I went above and beyond. Like, every waking, breathing thought, I was talking about whatever my account was dedicated to. So, okay, next we have Melanie Martinez. People always get so shocked when I say I'm a fan of hers. Middle school really was my Melanie era. Like, every single shirt she dropped at Hot Topic, I was buying immediately. I actually have Crybaby on vinyl. Some of you guys pointed that out. I don't know where it is right now. Hello? See, this one's a little bit tricky because I didn't actually have a fan account for her. I think I'll have to do low-key a fake fan just because I guess I don't really talk about listening to her music a lot. And also I haven't listened to Portals as much as I would have liked to. Listen. Okay, next we have Camila Cabello. I would not be surprised if I was like the first fan account ever for this woman, because I actually watched Fifth Harmony season of X Factor like while it was airing live. So after that season ended, they did not win, by the way, I skedaddled right on over to Instagram and made an account called Camila Lover. I will say I was definitely like a surface level fan at this time, just because she wasn't like a big celebrity like she is now. There wasn't much for me to go off of. The only things I really knew about her was that she loved Harry Styles, was on the X Factor, and wore big bows. So my fangirliness was limited, but that wasn't necessarily my fault. So I'm not gonna put it in low-key a fake fan. I'm gonna put it in cringe but cute for its time. Okay, next we have On My Block. I think I only made an edit of it once, but kind of similar to Money Heist, like this show really saved me during quarantine. I stalked Diego Tinoco on Tumblr for like 7 hours every single day. It was my entire camera roll. So I'm just gonna say solid fan account, normal obsession. You know, I need to change the name of this category actually. Well, I'm so far into the video, it probably doesn't even matter, but I'm gonna change it to solid fan, normal obsession, because I think that better represents the category. I didn't really have fan pages for these shows, but I was like pretty invested in them. Okay, next we have Divergent. This also includes like Shailene Woodley, Theo James. Easily, without a doubt, unhealthily obsessed and dedicated. Oh my god. I think to explain this obsession, I also have to do my ranking for The Fault in Our Stars as unhealthily obsessed and dedicated, because boy. So in middle school, I ran an Instagram fan account dedicated to Shailene Woodley and Ansel Elgort as a couple. Even though they never dated and never will. Watch me swallow all of my pride right now, so I can show you a photo. I ordered a pillowcase of Shailene and Ansel to sleep on. Now that all of these memories are coming up, I'm like,
how did I have a single friend?
So that's what that account was dedicated to, but obviously it was also centered around The Fault in Our Stars and Divergent because I was obsessed with both. Mind you, this is like 2014, 2015, so like peak era for both of these books. They just absolutely took over my life in an unhealthy way. Like, I was literally known for this for multiple years. I would have a panic attack if I did not post minimum 3 times a day. I went on a school trip in 6th grade for 2 days and had someone else running my account. What? I came to school in Divergent sweaters, a shirt that said "Run like Augustus Waters is waiting at the finish line." I had phone cases for both of them. I have an autographed magazine from Ansel Elgort when my neighbor met him at a basketball game. I didn't even meet him, and when I got the magazine, I started sobbing. Even during my Riverdale era, I made an alternate universe edit of Betty and Jughead as if they were Hazel and Gus in The Fault in Our Stars. Let's see, what else? Oh, the bows. Are you ready? Are you actually ready? I would wear these to school almost every single day. Why did my mother let me order anything from Etsy? Oh my god, I almost forgot. I do indeed own a signed copy of Divergent. I went to BookCon in like 2016 and met the author. Where is it? It says, Lauren, be brave. I've read it so many times. I'm gonna read this tonight. Okay, next we have Sabrina Carpenter. I feel like I already elaborated on this when I was talking about Girl Meets World, but like my Girl Meets World stan Twitter also doubled as like a Sabrina Carpenter stan account. So I've met Sabrina like 4 or 5 times. I've been to multiple concerts. In 2018, she had like a private listening session in New York for her album Singular. So I went, super cute, super intimate. No, these pictures are bad. First time I met her, I think 3rd or 4th time I met her. But yeah, just based on the amount of money I spent on concerts and meet and greets alone, this is going unhealthily obsessed and dedicated. All right, now we're down to our last 2. We have Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This literally saved my life summer 2018. I was obsessed with Jake and Amy. I also made an Instagram account summer 2018. Like, it was supposed to be a multi-editing account. It was called Santiago's Jake. It might be still up, but I never made or posted a single edit on there. So So that, coupled with the fact that I never finished the show, I'm gonna go with low-key a fake fan. And lastly, we have Total Drama Island. This show means so much to me, and immediately I'm gonna put it in Unhealthily Obsessed and Dedicated. It was one of my favorite shows when I was little. I actually made an editing Instagram account for it in 2017 and owned that for many months. But yeah, during that era, I rewatched every single season. I know every single lyric to every single song of Total Drama World Tour. And if you're wondering, my favorite character is Courtney. My second favorite character is Duncan. And yes, I am obsessed with Dunkney. Gwen and Duncan together, but I will say Gwen and Courtney's friendship is my favorite in the entire show. And I wish we could have that friendship and Dunkney like coexist at the same time, but instead,
Love triangle, because
you want to put the goth person with the goth person, but it's like opposites attract. That's the better trope. All right, guys, here are all the final rankings. And I hope you guys learned something new about me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And I want you to comment down below if you were in any of the same fandoms that I mentioned. And if so, how did you like the fandom? And also you should comment down below what fandom or fandoms you're currently a part of, because I'm intrigued. All right, guys, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and bye.